Welcome back for more Elden Ring, ladies and gents. Hope you're doing well. My name's Liz, aka Manyouaman here. So after that exciting fight, the defeating Godrick the Grafted, we are back in front of his castle basically, and we're gonna progress ourselves. We're gonna level up ourselves for more dexterity because we want to have a dexterity of 24 in order to use the flail that I will get, or that I got in the last episode is what I should say. So last episode is a bit of a boss rush to Godrick, you know, defeating loads of enemy that stand in our way. The final preparation, let's just say, the final leveling up in order to get Godrick. That was a really good fight though. So in this episode today, we're gonna go through the new area, the new region besides Limgrave and Caelid. We're gonna go through to the new region called Liurnia, and later on in the video we will go back to Caelid for some exciting boss fighting kind of thing, you know? So yep, this grafted dude was the one who told me to go to the side of the gate instead of going in front of the castle and charge through the castle gate basically. Go to the sideway on the side of the castle. So yeah, he hates Godrick. You can see that he just stomping on his face. I don't really know what his quest line is, but a lot of people were saying, you know, attack this, attack that. So attacking require head and then precious items. So I don't know what that means. Either way, that's to be continued. That's the TBC there with that quest character. So yeah, I mean, beating Godrick, done it on my second go. Well, third in total, and I did get help with the AI summon, but you know, it was fun though. It was still a really fun fight. And you gotta enjoy Elden Ring however the hell you want to enjoy, you know. Maybe next time I will, or my next character, or maybe on New Game Plus, I will fight him head on and see how it goes without any summon, without any AI summon, ghost summon, spirit summon, none of that. So yeah, it is what it is, you know, enjoying the game firsthand. Because you really don't want to spend a lot of time just fighting one boss and then get all deflated and stuff like that. So going through this little chapel to basically the next new area, managed to get some couple key quest items that I haven't even spoken to the quest giver yet, but I got the item. But when I go out this door of the cathedral, the church looking thing, this is what I see. This is what I see. When I came out, it's like, wow. Jesus. Wow. Liurnia of the Lake. This is, it's just gorgeous, man. Gorgeous. But as of any new region that we go to, like the Caelid in episode 5, we're gonna get all these map fragments. We need to get them as quickly as possible, so then it expands the map, so then you kind of know where you're going. I quite like that, you know, grabbing the maps. It can be a bit annoying, I guess, if you eventually play the game so many times now. You're just like, oh, I wish the map would just stay there. But it doesn't really matter, I guess, because it's so quick. You can just run through everything to get the map with your steed turn. So another church, another sacred tier. So my flask can now be +4 in terms of potency.
For a small donation, I'd be happy to share my knowledge. You are a true saint.
You are a true saint.
Presuming you're interested.
So this guy is a beginner sorcerer, learning sorcery in the Raya Academy, which is in the middle of the map. And this, well, unfortunately, he came out of the academy just before they seal the gates to go into the academy because of the mayhem that was going on, the war that was going on, when they started killing each other. So they shut down the academy completely. So that's basically what he's talking about now. There was a little bug in the game where because I changed the mapping of the key, so whenever I click, oh, can you tell me this, can you tell me that, it kind of skipped one of the dialogue. So that's why it was jumping a little bit and out here. But that bug is now since been fixed. You know, I recorded this a long time ago actually. Not the post commentary. The post commentary is probably like a month after I play this. I know post commentary you don't get my live reaction, but a lot of those are just me like exploring the place. There aren't too many good reaction from me when I play this game, you know, because I play this game, you know, heads on, very serious, and you know, want to beat all the bosses and everyone without dying so much. So in order for me to try hard, you know, I kind of just, you know, 100% focus all the time. So I think that the post commentary allowed me to kind of interact with how the game is going and also my thoughts on the game, my thought on the clip that's playing. So after speaking to him, we now know what our next objectives is. So the first objective when you get to Limgrave is basically get through to Stormvale Castle. You have to defeat the Godrick the Grafted to get the Great Ruins, so that you get one step closer to Nandel, the capital, and get to the Erg Tree to become the Elden Lord. So that was the first hoo-ha. These skeletons are hard, man. So this is because this is a different region. Enemies are harder. It's like a step up of the level. So we have Caelid, which is basically 3 or 4 step up to Limgrave. Limgrave is like the starting area, and this is like the other step up from Limgrave. It's not totally too much more difficult, but yeah, it is still very challenging. I think one bit that I didn't really mention is I just love how you fight those guys and you can see all the blood on the grass splattered onto the grass and stuff like that. I think that was really great, really good. You know, I can see down, there's a lake right down the middle, and then there also some cliffside that I can go to. So that's the beauty of just panning your camera around. And I did a very silly thing here, and I don't know why I did that. I was trying to jump on top, but you're not supposed to go on top, and I just fell to my death. Simple. Not very fun indeed. But anyway, as I was saying, the beginner, the academist sorcerer, he just told us what our goal should be. Our goal should be to go to the Raya Academy of Liurnia. I've been saying it and now I can't say it now. So we have to get to the academy and we have to find Renana, which is the used to be the lover of Redanda. There's a lot of names in Elden Ring that sound the same, that look the same, that is completely different. And I know that's what people in Reddit were saying as well, taking a piss out of, oh, everyone is so, like, not on Reddit, on Twitter, well, maybe on Reddit as well. Everyone is saying, oh, all the characters sound the same. Is George R.R. Martin using like his initial, that kind of thing. He came in and he denies it, but yeah, it is speculative, really. All the characters' names are very similar. But as we get to a higher difficulty, so this area is very sorcery based. As we are, well, because we are going into Riot Academy, every one of the enemy that we see ends up being very, very sorcery, magic, incarnation, very much of that. So if you don't have a good magic resistance, you could very much get done. So this is our our second lost grave in the area with the Nomadic merchant. And so this merchant ended up to be very important for me because this is where I will get a new shield. So instead of a very bright and shiny brass shield, I change it up to a heater shield, a heater kite shield basically. It weighs a little bit less, but also have a little less guard boost or guard protection. But it's still 100% shield, and it does allow me to do my sword art on my other hand. So this is where I got the shield, and I'm still using it. I switch between the brass shield and the kite shield sometime, depending on what enemy that I'm facing against, kind of thing. Because I just feel like the brass shield is very big, it's very chunky, and like I said, I want to give you guys the benefit of the doubt that to see all of the weapons, to see, well, not all of the weapons, but most of the weapons I can wield, to change up my outfit a little bit, to make the game feel a little bit different, you know. So new area, we're getting into the lake, and we're getting into these little sorcerer which can ring a little bell, and then it does a little magic attack. So yeah, the kite shield looking good, looking dashing. So onwards and upwards, still using katana, but this will change in the later in the video when I'm trying out different weapons, because at the beginning the biggest problem of me not changing weapons so far is because it is very hard to find smithing stones. Very effing difficult to find smithing stone to upgrade your weapon to a +5 or +6, which is what my katana is currently, my uchitana. Because if you don't upgrade your weapon, then obviously you're gonna be, it doesn't matter what level you're on, you're still gonna be a little bit behind. And enemy takes a few more hits. So a few incarnation that I bought in the last video was the Cash Flame and the Fire Orb. So those two are still relevant. You can just see me doing all this incarnation, just mixing up the gameplay a little bit, and it's good too, you know. I know I got a projectile weapon in the bow, but I also now have a kind of a close range projectile attack in the fireball, which deal elemental damage. So unlocking the first map, I can see that okay, there is, you know, the cliffside that I was talking about is the cliffside, and there will be loads of things to explore there, a lot of goodies. But I also want to kind of explore the lake a little bit because it's right down in the middle, and I needed to find where the academy is, because I know that's the main goal. The main goal is to find where the academy is, and get there, defeat Liurnia, and hopefully progress the game, you know, but not without first exploring the region, the brand new region of Numeria. So yeah, so those little these little bell ringer, their spirit ball will trace you. So if you're not careful, you can get a little bit overwhelmed by them. So this is where things will get interesting, with magic and everything along that way. Magic defense, I'm pretty good at magic defense because the little orb hit me and it only took out like that much, so it wasn't that. But you can still get overwhelmed by them if there's many. It can stun you. That's the thing. Magic can stun as well. So those guys who's riding horseback, not really difficult at all. And me with my lance talisman, you can see one of the middle square is the lance, the knight. So that is a talisman that I have got equipped, and that talisman is brilliant. The lance talisman on the horseback while exploring, fantastic, effing fantastic. That's what I really enjoy. You know, I really enjoy horseback riding, and I was saying that it just looked like Dynasty Warriors, isn't it? Being able to attack from the horse. And as I was saying, I said it like a couple of episodes ago that, you know, having your horse as a core gameplay element is big. It's really fun. It is really fun. So I can still craft a lot of arrows. I think the bow and arrow is the one that I kind of haven't really changed. And it's hard because I'm not really a big fan of the great bow because it's slower. I know it hits harder, but it's slower and it requires strength. And then the short bow doesn't really do a lot of damage and you can barely get them. And then the crossbow, I don't know, maybe crossbow I can use, but crossbow is really just not for, it's for more for close range, close to medium range. And I know there's a lot of like different type of bolts that will do great damage. Great damage. There's like explosive bolt that you can catch people out and stuff like that. So I don't think there's mimic. I don't think there's a mimic chest in this game. Because I you know, 40-50 hours into the game now, me talking to you, haven't found one yet. So I don't think there is one. So now, improving the flask, I need 2 golden seed. I'm pretty sure it says two there. It was a little bit quick, but yeah, I need 2 golden seed. So it goes up every like 3 times you upgraded the flask. So this dungeon is already looking different, right? Already looking different to the dungeon that I've been through already. And that's what I mean about the dungeon. They all kind of look the same at the beginning with like Limgrave and in Limgrave and stuff like that. But now you can see that they're a little bit different. And also the enemy are not too difficult, but when you get yourself into corners like that, you're not having a good chance. You're not giving yourself a chance to defeat them. So this is a difference because I just fought these guys. I'm just like, okay, these guys are not too difficult to kill, even with my leveled up katana. So this is where I started using the longsword. So the longsword, where did I buy it? The longsword, I bought it like a while ago, and I just wanted to kind of try out, seeing what the skills are. And the skill is pretty good because it does like a charging attack that will break the guards. So that's also good. So another thing that I wanted to do is to use the torch. So the steel wire torch is something that I got in episode 5 down at the castle. So for the torch, you can do that. That's one of the skills, and it's just so cool. You can breathe fire. I should use it more, but you know, leveling up the torch seems like a bit of a unnecessary move. But one thing about the torch is that I think in Dark Souls 2 you can stab them with the torch, even though it's on your offhand. But on this one you can't. When you press L1, it basically just hold the torch up high, so then you can see things a little bit more. So that's the difference there. But the torch is definitely a lot brighter than the lantern. The lantern is more kind of close range around your waist. You can see kind of around you. It still illuminate around the area so you can see better, but the torch is a lot better in that regard. So this is me just breathing fire. My own fire doesn't hurt me, which is really good. And no, it's just really fun. You know, it's pretty god awful. You know, the breathing fire. It just looks fun. And this is where I have rested on the side of grey, so that's why they came back. And I am wearing different armour now. You know, it's all about just switching it up, you know, a little bit. Try to use the throwing knife and see how they are. And the throwing knife is actually pretty good, I would say. Me using fire sling and, you know, just mixing up the gameplay a little bit, you know. Now knowing that I don't have a shield, I can't go too aggressive, let them attack, and then attack them. One thing I like about the longsword is that it attack really quick. You know, it's scaled with strength and dexterity, both on D grade, so it's not exactly brilliant. So you can see that I'm holding my torch up a little bit now. What does it do? Basically nothing. It just lights up what in front of me a little bit better. Actually, I wouldn't say a little bit better. He's quite significantly better. But either way, it is a good tool. After this cave, I don't think I ever used the torch. Instead, I used the lantern, because the lantern is just you can use the shield like what I did now. Because now it's dark as shit. I can't see anything. Like honestly, if it's not because of the lock on and the health bar, I won't be able to see anything. It will literally be that, like a spider hiding around the corner that you can barely see. So I used a little bit of a sword art there, but you know, obviously you guys, if I can see, I can't see. You guys can't see either. So putting the lantern on, this is where I just kind of stuck to the lantern and gave up on the torch. Well, I said I gave up on the torch. Still kind of using it, but you know, very soon I kind of just gave up on it. I still have it on the equipment, but it is one of those things that I don't really pay much attention now. So a hard cut. Basically, I gave up. I didn't give up on the cave, but I was trying to improve my longsword to make it a little bit more viable, to do a little bit more damage. So that's why I came back here.
Greetings. Nice to see you again. My name is Roderica. I should have told you sooner.
So that's the lady that we saw in episode 1 in a broken shack close to the Stormvale Castle. She gave us one of the emotes as well because she was just sitting on the ground and being all miserable. And I think it was on episode 3 or 4 we went back to that shack because I forgot one of the golden seed. And spoken to her, and she got to the round table.
I'm glad to see you here.
So she's the badass that helped us defeat Godrick.
You should have it. Make good use of it. I don't intend to make a habit of scavenging corpses.
So we got an arsenal charm. A pretty good charm actually if you are strength built, because you can wear very heavy armor. It basically improves your equipment load. So you can wear heavier armor will heavier sword, shield, that kind of thing. Because if you think about it, strength build, like the big tank build, is a great sword or great axe or great armor, whatever weapon, it will be massive. That have weights. Great shield, that have weights. And then you probably have if you want arrow, then you have a great arrow at the back, a great bow at the back. This is where I committed a crime, because everyone is telling me to kill him, so I'm just like, okay, let's kill him then. So what I spoke to the armorer about Roderica, about her, about the girl, and she was just like, oh, she has some potential in spirit tuning, which we'll get to a little bit later in the video. But yeah, I mean, as I was saying about strength build, you really do need to have a lot of stamina in order to swing the weapon more than once. You need to have the equipment load so that you can have a complete tank build. So heavy armor everywhere, great shield, great sword, and also a maybe a great bow. So those little bell bearing, you can give it to the Twin Maiden Husk in the round table, and basically you can buy everything from that merchant. So in the last, well, forever in the Dark Souls game, if you kill an NPC, a merchant, that's it, you can't buy anything from her. But this is different. You kill the merchant and you can get that bell. And you can give it to the Twin Lady, the Twin Maiden, and you can buy things from them. So we spoke to Roderica. We tell her that, the armorer said that you are, the smither told me that you are the talent in spirit tuning. So this is where Roderica will go speak to Master Hugh, which is the smither. And we kind of need to speak to Master Hugh as well. But before that, we come back to the cave. Come back to the cave with some knight armor. So changing the aesthetic of my character a little bit again. So then you guys don't always see the samurai outfit that's in front of you. So turning into a Western knight. Maybe a more like European knight, isn't it? But yeah, the knight outfit does higher physical defense rating than the samurai, but obviously less immunity, less resistance, but it also gives you poise. So it's it's a balance that you want, because you get not only the body, but then you also got the gauntlet, the legs, and the helmet, so you can mix and match it to however you want. Obviously, fashion souls is a big thing, and I'm sure Elden Ring is no small things as well. So back into this cave, just jumping down and trying to progress this time instead of just dilly-dallying around. I didn't end up improving my sword because I don't have the smithing stone. So we're just gonna go. We'll just go as it is. Or at least if I remember, I didn't improve my sword. But these little lizard thing, I don't even know what you call them. I should do more charge attack, because charge attack now have a insane staggering effect. Basically, the staggering effect is huge, because you can go up to the enemy and do a visceral attack, which makes it really worth it, actually. So the crystal cave moss is another kind of a crafting item that you can craft some magical stuff on it with it. But again, I should actually craft more magic sorcery cocoon and things like that, because that's one thing I'm missing. I'm lacking in doing sorcery. So this is where I try to burn them, but I almost kill myself. One little health. Again, that fire breathing thing is fun to use, but it doesn't really do a lot of damage, and you basically just stood still while breathing. It does have area attack, so I'm guessing if you improve the torch, the fire breathing will also improve as well. So it could be a fun weapon to kind of muck around early area with, but not a serious weapon to kill bosses. I'm sure you can, but it will potentially take a while. So coming all the way down to the cave, we're getting a lot of smithing stone 2, smithing stone 4. So in Numeria is the right place to be for smithing stone 2 and 3, because it basically gives you that when you go around and looting items. So it indicating that, okay, your weapon needs to be at least like +6, because your smithing stone level 1 will get the weapon to +1, +2, +3, and then you need the smithing stone level 2 to get it to level 4, 5, and 6, and then you need smithing stone +3 or level 3 to get your sword to +7, 8, and 9, and so on and so forth. Your weapon can get to +25, if I remember correctly. So we got the Bloodhound Knight, very aggressive. It does various different bleed attack, especially when it uses the his own claw. So you can see that I use the claw, and I basically increase that blood meter very much. So flame slaying, fireball, definitely too slow, but I was just, you know, trying a different thing. And he ended up to be a fairly tough boss, I would say, I would admit. Even feel even, you know, feel even with this boss, and just needed couple good go at him. His speed is quick, that's definite. And I think my longsword is doing good enough damage, but with enemies like this, you don't want to extend the fight, is because you'll get blood loss. You can see that blood meter was just keep building and building, so you kind of do want to just finish the fight as quickly as possible. So knowing that, I switch back to my Uchihtana. He is giving me some, you know, good fight. He's giving me a good fight. It also a big difference as well. My Uchihtana deals 129 damage, and that is double than the longsword. The longsword does about 67, and that one did about 129, and it did about 107. So it really depends. I'm pissed at myself. You can see the little camera wobble there. I was pissed at myself because I know I can do better, but I feel like I'm doing worse. So this is the boss that I kind of underestimated, because I know I'm doing good damage, and I know the move kind of. So I know I can do better, but I'm just fighting him so badly and just, I don't know, rushed it a little bit in a way. So that's why I'm just like, I need to do better. But no, it's a really good fight. I really like this boss. That's why I'm showing you guys like the extended version of this. The attack is, it's unpredictable in a way, because you don't know when he charges to you. You don't know if he's going to do the grab attack, use his claw, or he's going to do a slam attack. You know, you need to read the combo. Is he doing a combo, or is he doing one attack? It's like that one. I wasn't expecting him to do. I thought he was going to do swing swing. I didn't know that he's going to do the overhand swing. So that's a free combo. So you really need to watch out what kind of number of combo he's going to do. But one thing for certain is that he's giving me a good fight. It's giving me a really good fight. And when I saw the my overhead slam does so much damage, I'm like, damn, that's the key. And like I said, I don't want to extend this fight as long as possible. I don't want to guard his attack, because I was just building up my blood meter, and that basically did me. I still have flask, I still have my focus point to do the slam attack, but my bleed loss, my blood loss just got over too much, and he just need to do another slash attack, and that was me done. So yeah, I want to finish the fight as quickly as possible, and I just mainly just want to dodge the attack. I don't want to get hit. I don't want to get hit even on my shield, because I don't want that meter to build up. So I'm at a disadvantage here, you know. I already drunk like a couple of times, and he just keep battling me. And this is where I'm just like starting to get really pissed off now. I'm just like, oh my god, he almost killed me again. Every time I drink, he just comes at me. So I need a little bit of distance. I need to reset, because I'm on the back foot. I'm on the back foot here, and that's not good. So in order for him to stop his aggression was to use the overhand slash to stagger him. So now that I know not only I do huge amount of damage, but also I stagger him. So I buff up. So I still got my strength tier. So my weapon is slightly better now. I missed that slash attack. It's bad, because now I'm a little bit out of rhythm. Because those slash attacks should have connected, and that would be it. That would be game. Especially with my buff. So that managed to hit. And the buff that I did gave me about 20 more damage. So it's pretty good. So he's backing off. So I backed off as well, to heal up and to regain my health points. So yeah, so that was it. At the start I did so bad. At the start I did so bad that I thought, okay, let's just I'll give him a bow at the end as well. Let's just throw this one away. But persistence is so important, because if I would have throw that fight away, I'm probably gonna struggle for another couple of fights. I didn't throw it away. I just say, okay, just back off, drink, back off, drink, and then try to get on a little bit on the aggressive to balance the fight a little bit more. Try to get the momentum back to myself, and that's exactly what I did, and did that fight. So that's why I gave him a bow, because it was a really good fight. At the beginning I went in, I wasn't underestimated him, but I thought I could have finished the fight a lot quicker. But it definitely needed me to be a lot more focused, concentrate a lot more to beat those guys. But yeah, it was fun. It's fun. I enjoyed that fight. And new enemy that can just cartwheel around. It definitely cartwheel me off my horse. That's what I'm trying to say. So this is where I'm using the long sword again, the upgraded long sword, and it still do, you know, fair amount of damage to these guys, you know. So I know it has its place. It might not be brilliant so far, but it still has its place, and definitely is one weapon that I want to upgrade, because the longsword is an early weapon. It's a basic weapon, but it can be also very good towards the end game if you scale it right. The sword art is also very good as well. The little charge slam attack, stagger the enemy. So yeah, new enemy in Liurnia. Fun time. So this is me just running around the lake, near the lake, and I got the dexterity knot crystal tier. So this will massively improve my dexterity and also all my dexterity built weapon, or scaling weapon, I should say. I forgot to put it on. I forgot to put it on for basically majority of the game, until only like recently when I was playing I remembered that, oh crap, I was using the strength one, not the dexterity one. I'm just like, oh, facepalm moment, literally facepalm moment. because later in the game I made my Uchitana to be a keen quality weapon, so then I improve on the scaling on dexterity instead of, well, basically got rid of the strength scaling attribute and put it on the dexterity scaling attribute. So yeah, that was a bit of a facepalm moment. I don't know how much of that kind of weapon scaling, doing weapons and improving weapon stuff I'm going to show you guys. At the moment I'm not really showing a lot of those behind the scene thing, because I want to show you guys majority on the game, and maybe that's something that I can talk through on post commentary. But the longsword definitely, I don't think it's upgraded. My Uchitana I think it's a +6 now. So yeah, just running around Liurnia and just getting better weapon, that's the most important thing. And also improving my flask, the potency of them, and also the number available on them is also very important. So got another map. So this is the Academy Gate Town. So I'm just like, ooh, okay. So you can see the Academy right in the middle. So this is where it is sealed at the moment, and you can see the site of grace and the little pathway. So I'm on the right pathway, but I'm looking on the right. I'm just like, oh, there's so much things that I still haven't like explore. So I decided to kind of just run around a little bit more. I don't want to go straight into the Raya Academy and just do the story and that be it. There are so many dungeons, there's so many things that I want to explore. I didn't really need to call the dogs, but I just thought I'd do. Enemies here, it can be a little bit tricky. I don't know what the enemies are, but I just saw a lot of fire, so I just thought, fire is never good. And no, it ended up being very good, you know. He was busy with my dog, so I can backstab him. He's a fire mage. So using catch flame on us. Got a massive hammer too. Almost wrecked me though. So this is the flame surge. So yeah, I got a good few amounts of incarnation now, and throughout the episodes you will see me using different incarnation, and also using incarnation specifically to kill bosses as well, because my sword might not do as much damage to them as the flame. So this is where I would get the old flame and search old flame. So old flame is the higher up incarnation on the catch flame, but it's slower, but it does more damage. But sometimes I feel like I prefer catch flame more, even though it do less damage, but it's quick, it's instant. Old flame also do a little bit more, tiny little bit more range. So yeah, so this is the fire monks that we just defeated. So going around the area a little bit more, so we've arrived at the village of Alberitus, something like that. So look at how cool that is. Like, they bleed differently, they bleed white stuff. It's just so cool, man. You can hear the flute, someone's playing the flute. And he's not a guy to be messed with. Yeah, I'm just... Ah, mate. I just love it, man. Like, whenever you slash someone, it just fuses up the area. It's great. There's so many of them. So that is where... When you see so many people like that, you just kind of need to back off a little bit and try to take on them one by one. Don't stay in the middle and try to slash when you get surrounded. That's what I would have done if at the beginning of the game, when I'm not warmed up or whatever it is that I was playing so bad, I would have just stood there. These are easy enemy. They don't do a lot of damage. They only have like one attack, which is to lunge at you. or swipe at you. And that's it. You know, you just need to be patient. Just need to take on them one by one. Don't get overwhelmed. Especially my sword and my longsword is not as long as the Uchitana, so it doesn't do that many. It doesn't. It's not very good at crowd control. The Uchitana, when they swing, because it's longer, it might hit 2 or 3 more enemies, but for the longsword it's a little bit difficult. You need to be very close in order to hit 2 or 3 enemies. So the lava tier. So the lava tier is, I wouldn't spoil anything now, but it basically, you give it to someone. Well, on the description you can see, you did see it. So you can give it to someone, and then it will basically allow you to restat all your levels. So you start from level 1, and all the level that you've done, it basically allows you to scale your characters, rescale your character again. So now I'm a dexterity build. Maybe in the middle of the game I decided to want to be a mage, or in New Game Plus I want to be a mage, then you can do that. Or at different point of the story, different point of the game, you wanted to be a sorcerer to this area because it's effective in that area, to that boss. You want to be strength build because it's effective against that boss. You can do that. It is limited amount, that lava tier, but it gives you the option to re-level your characters and how you see fit. You know, oh yeah, that guy was the guy who is playing the flute, and he has these little, you know, mage sparkly thing. So yeah, not to be messed with. Back to the round table. Mr. Hugh is praying, so we're gonna ask him what's up with that.
Just lay out your arms.
Just lay out your arms.
I may be prisoner to you, tarnished lot, but my prayers are mine. Well, I've had my say. I would stay with an ugly brute who only knows how to smith. Absurd. I don't doubt you, but I know when something's too good to be true.
So yeah, so we just spoke to him about Roderica. Want to, you know, learn from him about spirit tuning, because he said he had a friend once and they know a little bit about it. So yeah, walking into this room, I just looked at that 2 fingers. I'm just like, what the fuck is that? I'm pretty sure, and when I was playing this live, I'm just like, what the fuck? Oh mate, it's just, From Software, weird, man. The fingers trembling. Great golden ring. So the fingers speaking to the crown, and the crown is speaking to us with his voice. Giver of grace. So it's like blessing me at the moment. Yeah, so this little section of the video is more lore orientated, because we're gonna end up speaking to a couple more people and getting the lore of each bosses and what we need to do. It's like you know, the first chapter, I would say, you know, going Godrick, you're able to explore obviously Limgrave and Caelid, but Caelid will be very difficult, and you have to beat Godrick in order to kind of unlock all the rest of the story, the rest of the map. So I would say Godrick is probably like a prologue, and then you will get introduced into the full story, the full lore of Elden Ring. Become the Elden Lord. So yeah, extremely weird. There's nothing more to say, but it is flipping weird. But the 2 fingers helping us, great stuff. So coming back into the game, you can see Godrick is now got a little
Blank, don't I?
stall.
For persuading Master Hugh. I can have
So Master Hugh actually
but
taught
he
her
is
some
no
spirit tuning
spirit
stuff.
tuning. I'm as yet unsure of what I might be able to accomplish. But if I might be able to help you all, I'd certainly like to try. And if there's any chance to ease the suffering of my dear men who were grafted,
My dear
well, I
man.
certainly must try. Roderica, the spirit tune apprentice. Pleased to make your acquaintance.
So in all of the Souls game, there's always going to be a quest fallen warrior. And when we first spoke to Master Hugh, she said that she is like crestfallen, but she has a talent in spirit tuning. So this is the first time that the crestfallen doesn't go mad and starting to attack you. This crestfallen instead will be a merchant to help you. So the spirit tuning is basically you can level up your spirits that you use. So at the moment I got the wolves and the skeleton equipped, but you can also upgrade these banished knight. So you can upgrade any spirits that you pick up, which there are loads, and you can really improve on the power of them, the health, the power, and stuff like that. So there are many spirits that I can call because my focus points is very low because my mind level isn't really that high. I don't think I ever upgraded the mind level because I don't really need it. I think I upgraded it once, just so that I can use a spirit a little bit later on in the game.
You'll be after more great runes now, eh? Then as your fellow, allow me to divulge a little knowledge.
So this Lord of the Ring looking dude is basically the principal, the leader of the Round Table. He's the one who invited us, Tarnish, into the Round Table to help us help him to be an Elden Lord, to stop this war and whatever it is that's going on. So this is what I'm saying about, like, after you defeated Godrick, you get to... So Renana, Queen of the Full Moon, ruler of the Raya Lucaria Academy, this is where I'm heading. So you can... There's a whole list of characters that you can ask about to get all of these lore and stuff like that. It's fascinating.
This castle lies upon the cliff to Limgrave's northwest, but I suspect you know that well enough already.
So that's Godrick.
General
Radahn.
Red Lion and Scourge of the Stars is a ferocious warrior. He fought Malenia and her rot to a standstill in the Caelid wilds to Limgrave's east. And now Caelid has been engulfed by the Scarlet Rot. Even approaching the region is no
There you go.
feat. I've heard
So
survivors of Radahn's army
Radahn's is still
wilds,
in
off the
Caelid.
line of fire.
So he is a character
I suspect
that
Radahn is still
we'll
there.
get to hear a little bit more about. I think in the next episode when we get deep into Nymeria and also the Raya Academy.
Praetor Rykard is the lord of the volcano manor on Mount Gelmir.
So for Kennel Mountain Manor, I still haven't got there yet. But I'm thinking of doing that next.
Lies in the west of the Altus Plateau, the realm of the Erd Tree.
The realm of the
It was
Erd
stage
Tree.
of the most appalling battle in the entirety of the Shattering.
It is.
Rykard has
It
committed
is.
the grave sin of blasphemy, marking himself as an enemy never to be forgiven.
So the
Morgoth
Margot.
is given as Lord of Leyndell, the capital city. It lies at the foot of the Erd Tree, in the east of the Altus Plateau. But the Two Fingers forbid us from venturing there, until we've acquired enough great runes to repair
Repair
the
the Elden Ring.
Set your sights elsewhere for the time being. The Veiled Monarch can wait. The Academy of Raya Lucaria lies to Limgrave's north, towering over the mist-laden lands of Liurnia.
Liurnia. Been saying that wrong.
Royals who govern the academy.
Liurnia.
Renala herself is no demigod. Her beloved Radagon left her to become Queen Marika's second husband, taking the time.
Oh, it's Radagon who we gonna learn about a little bit more. Not Radan. You see what I mean about all the names? They all sound the same.
Speaking to Nepheli, she's my daughter. I took her in when she lost the guidance of grace. Though I'm here axe-wielding barbarian.
So he's the one who kind of
Suited my
like lead everything in the round table, and then the two-finger crow is kind of like his advisor to how to get back, well, get the world back to the good form, you know, not in war and not in a dying state. So after speaking to him and speaking to a couple more people in the round table, one of the characters gave me this rapier. So this rapier is already +8. This rapier, and it can do that. You can do magic. So yeah, so I actually really did enjoy the look at how many arrows I have on my body. I really did enjoy the rapier. I think it is intelligent, so it does a little bit of magic damage. But the rapier is already +8, like I said, and it early on in this game, when I'm still looking in the academy and the new region, it is so good to have. It does quick attack as well. It attacks very quick, and it does a stab attack. So Edgar, the reason that I came back to the Morn Castle is because I need to speak to him, because his daughter is actually on the side of the road, who asked me to give her father the letter. So I missed the quest earlier when I was traversing the castle back in episode 5. I completely missed it, and I knew I had to come in here. I knew I have to come in here to do the quest, but I just couldn't find where the hell he is. So, Sacrificial Twig. That is basically you equip it on your talisman, but when you die, you don't lose your runes. So let's just say you go into the area unknown, but then you couldn't find any sign of grace, and you got about 50,000 souls or runes or whatever, and then you can equip that, and you won't lose it after you die. Which is good. So we gave him the letter, but unfortunately he said he can't leave his castle and his duty just yet. So we go back to the Breach of Sacrifice, and to find her being killed. So she's blind as well. Arena is blind.
How could this be?
Arena is blind. She was sitting on that stone step over there. All the guards around her were dead. So because his father just wanted to do his duty instead of trying to save his daughter, not only he lost the castle, because it was being overrun, but he also lost his daughter. So he got into madness, and we will face him. Well, in a very long time, and but we will get to face him. So second part of the video now. I want to have a change of pace. I don't know why, but I'm just so attracted to Caelid. Like, I always just seems to be doing something, and then I get to Caelid, and I'm just like, oh, let's explore around Caelid. Because I think it's the difficulty, it's the environment, it's the aesthetic of the environment that kind of draw me in. You know, because it just sounds death. Death is on your hand. Oh, these guys is so annoying. These guys are so annoying. I don't know if I ever defeated one of them, but yeah, they're very, very annoying. The dog is bloody annoying. Like I said, everything in Caelid tried to kill me. Dogs, giant dogs with fucking T-Rex arms trying to kill me. Fucking machine trying to kill me. But it's Caelid. Caelid is always going to be hard. But this is yeah, a little bit of a detour to kind of explore Caelid a little bit more before going back to how the hell do you say it? Liurnia or something like that. Basically the region that we unlock. Because I think it just I think because it always say it's the Liurnia Academy, so I always thought that that region is called Liurnia, but no, it's called Liurnia or something like that. Whatever it is, mate. Pronunciation ain't well, English ain't my first language. That's all I can say. Me no inglés. Rune arc. So those rune arc is will basically increase your maximum HP. It doesn't heal you. It increases your maximum HP. As far as I know, it doesn't heal you. It might do. Right, seeing all these dudes, so I thought, okay, that would be fun to kind of just chop them up. Yeah, it wasn't. I should have stayed on my horse, to be honest. So these guys, they will run at you and they will give you rots. So rot is a little bit different. Rots will give you huge amount of damage decrease, health decrease. Poison is a little bit more progressive, but rot is the similar, progressively reduce your health, but a lot heavier, a lot faster. You can see I got Scarlet Rot there. You can just see my health taken away, and then I got grabbed. So I got cocky over here, and then I got killed. I pay for it. I pay for it. So as always, as I said before, when you see a church, you need to run to it, because you just know there's gonna be some really good stuff here. Whether or not it's gonna be a sacred tear, other wondrous physic tears and stuff like that. So yeah, it's always good. So now we got some cookbook. We've got some cookbooks. Cookbooks is what we need to kind of do items. So there is a lot of I like how they kind of name them 1 to 3 to 4 to 5. There are a lot of cookbooks that are missing, so I'm thinking like one of the runs for me, probably not, I'm not going to record it if it's not well, I'm not going to edit it into a video if it's not interesting, is to find the ones that I missed. Because it could mean another dungeon that I miss, or another quest line that I miss, because there's a lot of NPC quests that I have missed. I'll say that right now. There's a lot of things that I have missed right now. So coming back here, I saw that guy rolling. I'm just like, he just died. Like, how did he just die? And I see some bloodstain. I'm just like, that looks a bit fishy. Because there's no enemy around me. There's no enemy around me. And I'm seeing all these bloodstains, seeing all these guys. I'm just like, potentially, I'm going to get invaded. That's what I'm thinking. Because I'm just like, there's no way that the person can die and there's no enemy in like within 5 feet. So I did get invaded by Anastasia, the Tarnished Eater. She was no match to me, mate. Like 2 overhead slam and she was almost done. I'm just like, cool story, bro. But yeah, it's the Tarnished Eater. I missed that one. I'm just like, mate, come on now. To be honest, when she's running at me, I can just do a stab attack. Ooh, that was a nice jump though. That was a really good jump. A really good jump that she dodged my slash perfectly with that jump. But it's not to be. I got the Sacred Scorpion Charm. So another talisman which will increase my holy attack but also lower my damage defense. Not that's a good one to use if you have a holy sword or holy attack related. So minor archery. This made me realize something. This boss made me realize something because I didn't think that was a boss. So I went in. I went around just like, okay, I know Caelid is a very difficult area. I'm just gonna go in, and I saw some light. I was expecting this to be a common enemy, maybe a very hard common enemy, you know, like those knights with the big shield and the big sword and a big spear. So I went to this grace. I touched the grace. I'm just like, okay, cool. I did not know they are a boss. And proceeded to not waste my ruins and level up. So level 40 now. Level 40 now. I have to try. I have to see how hard it is. And he was actually okay. You know, I do really good damage. But not knowing that he's been spewing out rots around him. So I just stood there and took it. I got battered a couple of times as well. So this is where I want to again see how hard the enemy is. You know, learn the attack. Learn the attack. That's why I was shielding a lot. I think very often on my first fight when I'm trying to learn the move, you can see me shielding a lot. And then once I learn all the move, then I'll start dodging a lot. Because I can read the attack, I can read like what kind of combo he's gonna do, what kind of attack he's gonna do, so I don't need to block it. I can just evade it, dodge it around. Yeah, not bad damage. Health bar is definitely extremely long for this enemy, and I'll do a little spoiler alert right now. Is it spoiler alert? Probably. There will be many of these enemy in Elden Ring, and I have faced about 4 or 5 of them now since facing him for the first time, and I think all of them are my favorite because they fight very similar. They're a little bit different. This one give out rots. Some of the ones give out more holy than ever. So that's a new attack that I didn't know, so I didn't dodge it. And it was a homing missile, basically. Bloody blew me up, that's for sure. So, knowing that every minor archery have these enemy, I went to the one near the castle, the Morn Castle, and I did see, okay, yeah, there is another dude there. So this is where I go against him using my new weapon, the flail weapon that I got from the Knight Rider Cavalry from the last episode. So I improved it to +1, so it's not that much of an improvement anyway, but I want to use different weapon because for some reason I just thought, okay, maybe if he's a tree, maybe he has some physical defense on my basic weapon, or my slash weapon, or my Uchitana, but no, it doesn't really. So this archery avatar is a little bit weaker. Well, I wouldn't say a little bit. It's weaker. It is weaker than the one in Caelid, but it's still very tough. These enemies are still very tough. So the only range attack that he has is that homing missiles, and is blimmin' annoying. So still learning the attack, pattern, still learning what he will do. So the one difference between this avatar and the other one is that this one, when he slams his butt, it doesn't create all the rots, doesn't create an area effects. But also he has a different attack, which is to obviously slam down his hammer and then push it. So another go with the Erg Tree, and this is my, like, this type of boss is my favorite, man. I do good damage on that, 365. Like, I really enjoy fighting these boss. As many times that they kick my butt, I really enjoy fighting this boss. I would say the boss in Caelid is probably a little bit way over level compared to this one. I feel like this one is a good one, but I underestimated it because I say, oh, this guy's easy. I underestimated it because I rushed through things again. It's important not to rush through things. I'm doing good damage. I got a good combo. I start getting cocky. He has a really big lead time in terms of after every single slam attack. He has a big lead time to when he can recover and can do another attack. But he definitely hit hard. He definitely hit hard, and if you're not careful, mate, this is poetry in motion. That was smooth as hell, man. That was smooth as hell. I gave him a little nod, you know, my second time, and I really enjoyed that. That was insane. So they give you those wondrous psychic physic tiers so then you get a little bit more. So one of the tiers that I got was creating a bubble, so then I can absorb majority of the damage for one hit. And then the other one was something else, I can't remember. Oh, gradually increase health. So that's what I got from him. Back to the hero caves. So this hero caves is where we stopped off in the episode 5, I believe. It's basically a boss that twirl a lot, move a lot around the arena, and there is this bullshit traps. So this is where I became a lot more brave. So in the hero's grave, I know that I can be quick. If I be quicker than the spinning thing, then I know that it would take time for the spinning thing to catch me up. So that's exactly what I did after dealing with these bozo. I kind of jumped down and I just started running. I'm just like, I don't care now. I'm just gonna start running. I don't think the spinny thing will catch up to me. And yeah, I don't have any souls. I don't have any ruins. You can see that I only got 102 from killing the skeletons. So I got nothing to lose. So that's why I'm just like, I'm just gonna keep running. Like I'm not. I just want to see like how good or bad it's gonna be. Just like, okay, the spinning thing's not here yet, so I'm just like, okay, let's be quick. You know, he's still not here yet. So that's why I'm just like, oh, you know what? I'm just gonna run all the way down because I don't care. I've got nothing to lose. And this is where I could have ran all the way down, but I didn't for some reason. For some reason, I wanted to fight them and get less Estus. Not Estus, Crimson Flask, Tears Flask. I don't know why. But you can see that even fighting them, the spinny thing still haven't caught up to me yet. So maybe it didn't realize that I was at the bottom already. So it never came down. There's no pathway there. So yeah, back to this boss. 2 episodes apart. We know we're gonna, need to defeat this boss, and I know that now I'll become better because I improved my sword and improved my my level to 41 now. Level 41, got a little bit longer health, and better dexterity as well. So my weapon generally does more damage without upgrades. I'm ready. This is another good fight. Like all of these bosses has been really good. There's no one boss that I say, oh, this is a bit of a bullshit. This is rubbish, or this is a bit of a bullshit. I think the tutorial boss. I don't really want to call him a boss because I don't think he's more of a common enemy. The Soldier of Godrick. I don't see that as a proper boss. I'm sorry. So I would say he's absolute rubbish. But the fact that I did do that boss after about 15, 16, 17 hours, because I missed the tutorial boss completely. So the U-rated Tree Spirit is his name. Again, doing good damage. My sword has improved ever since I first fought him. So I'm doing a lot of damage because again his attack recovery is very long. But you need to watch out when he start doing all these like spinning around, twirling around, moving from one place to another. So I'm trying not to get hit. I know I can get a lot of hits in. I can get a lot of good combo in, especially when he do the flame attack. One thing I would do if I fight this boss again is not to log on, because logging on to the boss, I don't think I can really see what he's doing on his head. I try to stick close to him, stick close to his belly, stick close to his body, because I know that I will be relatively safe during that area, because he does a lot of frontal attack. The only thing that he can do is that AoE attack and the whip attack. Both can be blocked through pretty successfully. So you can see that I drunk the Wanderer's Psychic, the Wanderer's Physic flask, and now I've got this little bubble, which is what I got from the Erg Tree that I just defeated. You can see that's perfect, man. I ran out of flasks. You know, I ran out of flasks because I spent a few running down. And I know that I need to just finish this. I didn't realize. The thing is, I didn't realize I ran out of flowers, so that's why I tried to drink, and then it just did the animation of, oh, it doesn't have any. But luckily, on my last couple of attacks, I managed to not only stagger him, but finish him off. So the bubble, I don't know if you guys catch that. I managed to avoid one with the highest attack. When he was trying to bite me or whatever, one of the twirling attack, my bubble absorbed all majority of that damage. That's why I have a longer health bar than I had. So yeah. So dusting off something that I tried but have not succeeded is back on the round table. When you go down there, you can see a lot of pool of bloods, because you get invaded by a sorcerer, by AI, and this AI take a bit of time to come. There you go, Mad Tongue. The Mad Tongue Allbridge. Hey! He did a little bow as well, I'm pretty sure, before the fight. So I thought I'd give him a little wave. So yeah, we had a good go at him at first, when we first got to the round table. Now we are significantly better. We're doing real good damage. My katana with the bleed effects basically just chomped him. So he drinks, so I drink. Because the AI will just drinks. You know, AI doesn't care. So he's charging at me every time. When a player like this charge at me, I just do the stab attack. You know, I'm happy for you to charge at me. Charge at me again. Yeah, there you go. Stab attack. Stab attack. Easy. Easy. Giving me... Oh, you're charging at me. Stab attack. That was it, ladies and gents. Easy. PvP is easy. You charge at me, I stab at you. You know, it doesn't matter if you roll so many times. There's only so many times that you can drink. There's so many times that you can charge at me for. So managed to get overhead attack, but he also got me with the double spin cyber attack. But he's no match to the Uchitana overhead slash. No chance. No chance at all. We just too good, ladies and gents, with the overhead slash. That is a really good move though. I hope that they don't, you know, nerf it or anything like that. So the great ruins that we got from Godrick in the last episode, what you can do, speaking to Finger Reader, is you can actually turn this into a boss weapon. So boss weapon is, or boss spell, is something that is been in the Dark Souls game and also Bloodborne. No, Bloodborne doesn't have any, I don't think. Oh no, Bloodborne does have it. But anyway, it works differently in Bloodborne and Sekiro. In Dark Souls, you can give them the souls and they will convert it into boss weapons. And this is basically the same function there. So, yeah, after speaking to the Finger Reader, did my little chores on the in the round table, I figured let's give this Erg Tree motherfucker another go. Because now I know what attacks it will do, what are the attack patterns are. So you can see that I'm rolling a lot more now. I'm rolling a lot more. I'm not guarding because I know that should have killed me, but it didn't. Don't know how, but now I know that bullshit attack. I need to use the tree as kind of like my protection, because those homing missile is lethal. Not only is lethal, it is also extremely bullshit in terms of tracing you. Fast as well, very fast. So you can see that I'm using the tree. He's coming at me, which is fine. Another attack, and don't do what I did there. Don't run in a straight line. Try to go left and right, because I was trying to run back to the tree, but it just wasn't a good amount. So this is something that I know Pudrid Avatar is a lot better, and I know I am under level, but I just thought, okay, my weapon do really good damage. If I be patient and read every single of his attack right and dodge every single of his attack, or majority of his attack, I should have enough flask to heal myself and outlast him. So that's all I thought. So that's why I was giving him a go. And ever since those early damage that I've taken, I haven't really taken a lot of damage. That little rot spill have taken a little bit of my health. But I know that with my health bar and with his attack power, one attack will, especially his overhead slam attack, will just defeat me, will just kill me instantly. And I know his homing missile, jumping actually helps. Jumping actually disrupt them quite a lot. Will kill me. You know, all of these rot attack, anything like that. I know they will kill me like pretty much straight away. So I'm playing smart. I got him to half health. He doesn't have a second form. This is it. And I keep just slamming his hammer and calling his homing missile. And I'm just like, dude, stop missiling me. He's gonna do it again. Oh no, he didn't. He did a slam attack, but he just did it for like constantly, and it's just annoying. Because it's really, there you go. Because it's really hard to get close to him, and kind of hit my combos at him, you know. So I was getting annoyed that he keeps bloody slamming his hammer down. You see what I mean? Just like poetry in motion. I know what attack is gonna do. I know what combo is gonna do. I ate that one because I timed it badly, but my shield was up. My shield was up. I was ready. I didn't take on any health. I'm kind of playing it risky by not drinking the flask because I don't. Number one, I don't want to ruin my flow. Number two, I feel like I might need the flask if I started to be a little bit impatient and start getting hit. But to be honest, at this stage, I should have drunk a flask because one overhead attack would have killed me straight out. If I'm full health, I might have like a tiny little bit to survive and, you know, roll out and reset. But, you know, I haven't taken any damage ever since that homing missile got me. You know, running into the rods, I don't think that, well, that counts as well. But I mean, that's not me, it's just a bullshit range of it. So I'm surprised I managed to dodge all of that. So yeah, I needed a perfect run, and this was a perfect run. He's starting to back out because I went a little bit too far. So the fire slaying attack got him 294 damage. I'm just like, holy shit, why did I know that beforehand? I don't know how my 2 flame attack did not work, but I just thought, okay, flame attack is good. But let's get close, because I was a little bit distorted in terms of my flow. You know, I had a really good flow. That could have been bad, but I knew from earlier that jumping really disorientate the homing missile. So that's what I did. And this is kind of like a moment of truth. Firebomb. Firebomb do 480 damage. If only I knew that. If only I knew that. So what, this is the 3rd tries in total. First time after coming back, dealing with one of his brother. And yeah, that was a really good fight. I absolutely loved that fight. And I went in, I'd gone through the cave. The cave was nothing special, so I just forwarded to this boss fight. So this boss fight is extremely bullshit because you got 2 of these watchdogs. One is the scepter, one is a sword. So one is sorcerer, one is sword. But both of them can breathe fire. So this is definitely one of the ones that I absolutely struggle with, and to this day I have gone back to try and beat this boss, but no, they're just too aggressive. They hit extremely hard, and I needed the human player. I needed actual human player to help me. But like I said, I haven't been able to successfully get a co-op, so I don't know if there's something wrong with the with my setting. Maybe I set it to private server, so then I can't, or private connection, so then I can't match up with anyone, because I haven't got invaded either. So, but either way, whatever it is, this is a bastard of a watchdogs, and to this day I still haven't defeated them. So yeah, I tried to use the flail because I thought the strength nature of the weapon will do extra damage, but no, my Uchidana ended up doing more damage. So that's it, ladies and gents, that's it, that's the episode of today, and I called out my homies to try to help me out, try to distract 1 or 2 of them, but they ended up being not very good, the demi-humans. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. We were exploring the Liurnia Lake and trying to get 1 step closer to Riot Academy, and then we came back to Caelid and challenged ourselves with the Earth Tree Avatar, and also defeated a couple of bosses along the way as well. So hope you guys enjoyed this video and enjoyed the bashing that I got at the end with these Bliming Watchdogs. Ended the note with another boss defeat, but well, another boss defeated me, not me defeating the boss. But this it is what it is, you know. I'm in the harder area, and you just need to go back, level up, and come back later, and hopefully you give them some good old revenge. So that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Click the like button and put a smile on my face. subscribe to my channel for more things Elden Ring and any other game that I play. Stay safe out there, keep calm, and video game. Peace!